This lesson focuses on multiplying fractions. We're going to look at the 4 operations of multiplying, dividing, adding and subtracting fractions. Multiplying fractions is one of the easiest, it is the easiest operation to do with fractions. You should have done this in 6th grade, so this should be review, so maybe with a bit of practice this should come back to you. Alright, one thing that is a must with multiplying fractions is you must change mixed numbers to improper fractions. That's an absolute must, and we can't go on without them. So let's just do a simple one first. 1/2 times 3/5. Okay? Very simply what you do is you multiply the numerators together, and then you multiply the denominators. So 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 5 is 10. 3/10 cannot be simplified, so there's your answer of 3/10, and it's done. Alright, let's look at one that has a mixed number in it then. Okay, we've got 1/2 times 2/5. So the first thing we have to do is change this to 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3 over 2. And then 2 over 5. Okay, and we can just multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and now we see that we have 6/10. Both of these are even numbers. So we can divide by 2, and get this to be 3/5. Now, some of you know that there is kind of a trick with this. 3 over 2 times 2 over 5. You can do what's called cross-cancelling. This, unless you're very good at it, I wouldn't recommend, because we're going to get confused later on in ratios with cross-multiplying. But what it says is that going across here, that if there's something that will cancel, or something that will go into both those numbers, we can do that. So 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 2 once. So 3 times 1 is 3. And 1 times 5 is 5. So that way we have eliminated the need to simplify. Now, that's not necessary. You can just go ahead and do this and always look to see if you can simplify a fraction. Alright, let's switch colours and do another one maybe with two mixed numbers. Alright, 2 and 2/3 times 3 and 1/2. Okay, so again, these both have to be changed into an improper fraction. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8 over 3, times 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7 over 2. And then we could cancel that, but we're going to have 56 over 6, and that's going to be 28 over 3. Or we can leave it like that, or we can change it to an improper fraction. Into a mixed number, sorry. Alright, so that's an overview. Multiplying again. Multiply top, numerators, multiply bottom, denominators, and then simplify. 3 very simple steps. Now what's going to happen is when we get to adding, a lot of people want to add the numerator and the denominator. And we're not going to do that, but you do multiply the numerator and denominator. Alright, let's switch to division of fractions then. Number 1, don't do it. We never divide fractions. We change them into a multiplication problem, which again is very easy. So again, we must change to an improper fraction. Okay, there's no way to do it keeping the whole numbers in a mixed number. So we must change that. And then we just change the problem, and some of you are familiar with this. So let's take another one. So we've got 3/5 divided by 2/3. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our keep, change, flip. So we keep the first term. Alright, so that will remain as 3/5. We change from division to multiplication, and then we flip the second number. And so the 3 is now on top and the 2 is on the bottom. And then we multiply just as we did a moment ago. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 over 10. There's your answer. When we flip, it's called using the flipped fraction is the reciprocal. Reciprocal. Should we spell it right? And so that's basically it. Again, we must change, so if we have 1.5 divided by 2/5, we must change this into 3 over 2 divided by 2/5. Keep, change, flip, and now multiply 15 over 4. And we can change that into 3, and that'll be 12, 3,